Welcome, everyone, to the Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Yeah!
Episode 6. Thank you all for coming back and talking to us and through the comments and always coming back. So, to my right, I have
Mr. Corey, and to my right, you got
Jared. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hope it's all well with you.
It's a beautiful day, another beautiful night here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, we're recording this one kind of late, but it is what it is.
Doing anything to make you all happy.
That's good. It's good because today we're going to bring you our studs, duds, and sleepers. We're going to the AFC North.
your division.
Well, not my own division, but my favorite team is in this division.
So it's your division.
Unfortunately,
Well, they're pretty bad this year, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I found one stud, so we'll work off that.
You can't really see. You probably just saw Jared look up. He kind of has a Ravens.
Ravens banner and a Ravens pennant
Yes.
on my wall.
Can't really see it, but that's his team.
championship
So-
one with Ravens.
Goose.
Yes.
All right.
Since we're talking about the Ravens already, I'll lead into my stud. One that y'all will probably never expect to be a stud, but he is.
Okay, let's
He's
see.
phenomenal.
Uh-oh.
Justin Tucker, baby.
Woo! We going kicker, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
Curveballs.
he's number one all time in field goal percent. Passed up Dan Bailey this last year. He went 38 of 39 on field goals this last season in 2016.
Dang.
And he's never missed a PAT in his career.
Ooh.
166 or 166 in his career.
Oh my
So-
God! I didn't even know that.
He's reliable, everybody.
Wow.
So if you want someone that's actually going to score points on the Ravens this year, especially when Joe Flacco's
Yeah.
trash,
Yeah. Trash is.
that's the guy we're looking for. So now that's going to be the only stud that I can find on this team because everybody else is going to be basically ass. I would have put the receivers there as a possibility, but
Right.
if the quarterbacks are down, then what good are they? You know,
Exactly.
best
Right.
they can be is possible sleepers. But roll to my dud, which you already heard me talk about this man just a second ago, Joe Flacco, and not just him, all the quarterbacks. Thad Lewis, Ryan Mallett, they're all trash. I don't even need to spend much time on this. Joe Flacco's hurt. Even when he's in the regular season, he has poor averages throughout the regular season. He had one good postseason. They gave him too much money. It has showed nothing since then.
Truth.
Hasn't made the playoffs yet. So, what's that got to show you? Now he's got a back injury, similar to Tony Romo's back injury, with disc problems. We all know how that turned out.
Not good at all.
Oh, someone's going to come and replace him real soon.
Oh,
Dak
yeah.
Prescott with the Tony Romo. Bye, Joe Flacco. See you on Fox.
Bye-bye.
That's a good one.
Joe Flacco could not make it with that friggin' unibrow.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
And not just that, but the old offensive line was pretty horrendous as far as pass protection.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when John Ertz showed up, it was just downhill from there. So,
Some people like to choose school over,
hey,
other
you
people's
made a
dreams.
smart choice. You saw how the Ravens were doing. Like, call me when you're better.
Right.
Hey, that's a smart individual right
You
there.
guys can call up Jamarcus Russell.
Right.
True. Get yourself a quarterback, baby.
Just
And so I'm gonna move on because I can't talk about these guys too much. They hurt me right now. Gosh. But I did find two possible sleepers, and only because garbage time is available for these men, and that's either Jeremy Maclin or Mike Wallace.
Correct.
They're the ones and
Correct.
twos on the team. I know on the depth chart, the unofficial depth chart shows Brashard Perriman at the top, but it's not. He's hurt. He's injured. He hasn't got any reps in training camp or anything, so it's going to be Maclin. It's going to be Wallace. But they've all been 1,000-yard receivers before. Maclin was hurt last season, but he's back and he's healthy. He's out there practicing, so
Right.
he could easily be a weapon still, only 29 years old, so, you know, still in his prime. So he has the opportunity to play well. And with Ryan Mallett, I know he's terrible. Gosh, is he terrible. Oh, gosh, I want to cry. But he's going to be chucking the ball at least these guys can go retrieve some 50-50 balls and have an opportunity there. That's the best that can come out of that situation.
Still tough.
Jacksonville type garbage time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it's going to end up being. So look for those guys. If you want some late round receivers, they're going in rounds, 11, 12, 13. So mostly between 11 and 12. So you just get them late with some possible upside when Joe Flacco does return. There is a possibility that if he does play well, or at least mediocre, that he'll be able to find them on the field.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hey, can't argue with that.
yeah.
Not at all.
So for the Baltimore Ravens, that was my studs, duds, and sleepers. Let's get out of that catastrophe. You'll be back soon. I have faith in you guys, but till then, turn the page.
Hey.
Turn the
Literally.
page.
Literally.
Corey, you want to take this next
Oh,
one?
yes, sir.
I know you got an exciting one for us.
I do. I got the next best team on that division, baby. We got the Cleveland Browns.
They have a better record than the Ravens this year.
Hold up. But I did find a legit stud on this team because last year he was a stud, and this year he will be even more of a stud. Especially if certain quarterback changes happen. So I know that has kind of nothing to do with it, but he is running back Isaiah Crowell. This guy has started 16 games, all 16 games in every season he's played. He's only played 3 seasons, but he started every game. Has not missed a single game. And last year he only had 198 carries and 952 yards and 7 touchdowns. He finished the year with a 4.8 yards per carry. His rushing attempts have gone up every year he's played, by 50 or more. And the best part about it is he's got a 4.8 yards per carry. I don't know, man. Like, people say it's the O-line, but he's got talent.
The O-line has been drastically improved. They put them in the top 5 for O-lines this year. So
I think he's gonna go even more off.
They can move. They can move people. They can move mountains, as they say. So.
And what's 1 year in a player's contract that makes them play their hardest?
The last year.
Yeah, the contract year.
The contract year, which is what he is on. So I believe he's going to get at least 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Because there's no way they're going to give him 198 attempts. He's going to get more than that. He's
They'll break the 200 mark for attempts.
Oh, yeah.
They want to run the ball. They'll have a great quarterback situation as well. So, with a young guy and a guy that's not really proven himself, Kessler, I mean,
well,
there you go.
You got Kaiser.
I don't know.
Kaiser and Kessler.
I think he
Kaiser. I think
in the
Kaiser.
future.
I honestly think that Kaiser can actually start this year.
I think he will. I think he's going to come in there.
That just says more opportunities for Corral to me. I mean, they'll test him a little bit, but when it comes to it, that's going to be Corral winning the ball to try to take some pressure off the young quarterback.
Right.
So.
Right.
But
that's just me. I think Kaiser's going to start sometime.
yeah, hopefully. Because we're going to move on to my dud, who is the starting quarterback at the moment, and that is Brock Osweiler. Like, what?
Doesn't make sense when he's a dud. I don't understand.
What? Because he's the GOAT? What?
Yeah, you should probably move into
Man,
top
this
stud.
guy had 2 receivers last year with Houston, DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller, who both have multitudes of talent. And he only threw for 2,957 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 16 picks. You're throwing more picks than touchdowns with a superstar receiver in Hopkins than you
got paid like $40 million.
Oh gosh, and he barely did anything for the freaking Broncos. He had that defense carry him.
Yep.
And now he's with the Browns, who don't have much talent on the receiving end, other than one person I can think of, who we might hear from later. But Brock Osweiler is not a starter. Any other team, he would be 3rd string. And once
backup material.
Exactly.
We're going to find out real quick.
It's
They're
like,
going to find
why?
out again real quick. Not to start this kid.
Who knows? Maybe Cleveland will resurge his career.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't wish bad upon anybody, and I do hope Cleveland finally starts to get out of that gutter.
bad upon him, but the reality is what the reality is.
Oh yeah, and I'd much rather see that Notre Dame prospect come onto that field and start throwing some touchdowns for them.
If you got a young man, you might as well try to give him some NFL experience.
Exactly, especially when you're known to not. You were the worst team last year, and like the last every year.
You're not starting fresh with a rebuild. You are now fully making moves and trying to progress and start winning games.
I have nothing nice to say about Brock Osweiler, so.
He's not good. Hey, that's why he's a dud, baby.
But he will pepper his number one. His number one is Corey Coleman.
Yeah.
Hey, it is that man, Corey Coleman. And speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
that is my sleeper.
It's not the segue.
Yes, sir, you did. I like that setup. You put the cake out and I started frosting it, baby. This guy, Corey Coleman, you might not believe in him, but last year he only played in 10 games, and that was because of a broken hand. He also had a little bit of a hamstring nagging injury. It's kind of hard to come back from that in such a short span in a year.
It is.
And he did have 413 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. But the main reason why he's a sleeper is because he's also a steal at the same time. If you
Going late and sometimes undrafted.
yeah, dude, 12th round at the earliest. I mean, no, late 12th. Sorry, at the earliest, early 13th round is where he's normally going. But there's plenty of drafts where he doesn't even get picked.
Mm-hmm.
You get receivers or running backs like Paul Perkins who are looking terrible in practice and in game, getting picked over him when you could have him as your flex.
Good.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about either the quarterback play or the injury, the hamstring, the soft tissue. But he's recoverable. He's young. He can recover from that. They actually do have decent trainers out in Cleveland, so he'll be fine there. Quarterback play, well, again, most of those guys who are young or the guys who get pressure or feel pressure, they'll always look for their number one and just get rid of the ball to him. That's what they do. That's their safety blanket. So he's going to get looks. Again, like I said, peppered with targets.
Yep.
So,
While we got a salty quarterback in Brock, you're going to get a peppered Corey Coleman, baby. It's about to be real. 132nd pick, man. Like, what? That's when I did a mock draft. I did a few, actually, on Yahoo, and he was picked 132 and went undrafted in the next one that I did. And I was like, all right. I mean, I understand. Some of y'all don't have the knowledge or the in-depth.
they're based on past speculation that everything's going to be the same.
Yeah.
You know, you get that name, Cleveland Browns, you automatically think nothing going on there.
Right.
But there's always transitions in sports, and this is that transition year.
Yeah.
Where bad teams will start to rotate around, getting better teams. Not necessarily good teams, but progressive teams.
Which I like because it's something new. It's not, going into the next year, Cleveland Browns suck again. No, they're actually...
Your Oakland team's a perfect example of an excellent turnaround from
you're telling me
going 8-8 or 7-9 and then turning around and going 12-4.
12-4. 12-4 in the last 15 years. I have never seen that. So to see that, I was almost in tears, man. Like, this is a team we've been in the crapper for 15 years, man.
Yep, this is a transition phase in the NFL, and I'm happy to see what's happening. So.
I'm glad too. Like I said, I root for the teams. I do root for teams that, have been crappy for so long, and yet
except
they
the Lakers.
finally.
Sorry.
We'll save that for the fantasy basketball podcast.
Front run.
It's hard to watch
Just
that one.
kidding.
It's hard to watch that one for sure.
You got any other sleepers on there?
My sleepers, no. I had one other one in mind, and that was their defense. And that's because they just got Peppers. They just got Jabril. They got Myles Garrett. And they got Jamie Collins still. And they have potential, but I'm not 100% sold on them yet. Rookies, man, you can't fully go all out on them unless they're like
Dak Prescott.
No, running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, they have higher ceilings than
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, Khalil Mack is a freaking phenom. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
He is.
he's too good. But
It is.
let's get back to the right division here. Not the right one, sorry. My apologies, y'all. The
Well,
right
we'll
division.
get back to the
AFC
AFC North here. And let's take it to Pittsburgh, the Steelers.
The
Oh,
Steelers.
okay.
So, with Pittsburgh, my stud is the most obvious stud you could ever imagine, and that is Le'Veon Bell.
True.
When he came back after his knee injury in 2015, coming in 2016, and puts up in 12 games 1,268 yards rushing and 616 reception yards. He had 261 attempts, so they did not fear giving him the ball, and he had 75 receptions to go on top of that. So 300 plus total touches after coming back from injury in 12 games. Now, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
In
That's
12 games to kill
ridiculous.
those stats, touchdowns could have been higher. I mean, 7 rushing and only 2 receiving, but I will take that, especially in the PPR league. Oh, my
money.
goodness.
Dude, that's why him and David Johnson are always 1 or 2.
It
They're
is.
He's
And
a phenomenal running back.
exactly. Even though he's holding out, and I know people say he's not like going to be ready, he's not going to be mentally there in the offense. He's been in the offense so long, and all he does is follow his blockers. You tell him go left,
Yeah, but
he'll just get follow his blockers so the hole
That
opens,
O-line.
and it's gone anyway.
they were also saying that he was in Florida,
Training.
training
Yep.
footwork. So
Yeah, as if
He was.
his footwork doesn't need work. He's got the best footwork I've seen, man.
nobody really
Mhm.
needs to worry about him right now. He's just
Conditioning wise, he's still working. He's
It's
still
the
doing
front
that.
office.
Yep.
It's
the front
it's the
office.
chemistry is what I'm worried about.
I'm not worried about the chemistry.
Not
the
the team
offense is-
chemistry, but like the coaching and him. Like,
Well,
Like they're-
yeah.
but if they're smart, they're going to be like, all right, let's get over it. Real
I mean, I
fast."
think some of the coaches probably get what. I mean, I'm sure it annoys them when players do it,
right.
but they also get it because when their careers are over, this money that they make there, this is what they have. So you can see why you'd be battling for that.
Right.
Understandably, especially being a running back that takes hits. So that is what that is. But no, he's obviously a 1-2 overall,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the suspension possible. He definitely bumps into number 2 at a minimum, unquestioned. So
minimum. There's no reason why
Right.
anyone should be picked.
yeah,
over
in
him.
either league format, standard, PPR, or otherwise,
Yeah, dude.
doesn't matter. Pick him.
Right.
So, my obvious stud, there we go. Moving to a dud, a little less obvious, but because he's going so late in drafts, he's still a dud to me, is Big Ben.
Huh, okay, I see that. I like
Now,
it.
his home road splits are uncanny. Like, he's terrible on the road. His QBR for home, 116.7. QBR on the road, 78.4. Touchdown to interception ratio, 9 TDs to 8 interceptions on the road, 20 TDs to 5 interceptions at home.
Wow. He loves that Pittsburgh. It's
Yeah,
field.
home field advantage, but he can't be clutch
Nope.
on the road, man.
Exactly. And he's got a 70.8% completion rate for passes at home, 59% on the road.
Drastic drop.
So, no, and those home road splits are going to kill you because that means you have to waste a spot on a second quarterback. You don't have someone that's consistent throughout the year. You now have to waste a spot on another person. So if you have Aaron Rod, or let's say you have Big Ben, you're going to need a person like, let's say you get late, like Joe Flacco. You know,
Yeah.
no, I won't say Joe Flacco.
Cam
That's
Newton.
too far.
Right
But
now, no
you gotta
one's
go.
really-
You gotta go like Dak Prescott. You gotta do Cam
Brock
Newton. You
Osweiler.
gotta go. You know,
Ugh.
Andy Dalton. You have to have someone to carry his slack. So why waste your pick on a second quarterback when you just go with Andy Dalton,
Blake
or
Bortles.
just go with Dak Prescott, or just no,
Ugh.
not Blake Bortles.
I'd rather
So-
just start Big
So-
Ben all year.
Exactly, you might as well start Big Ben at that point.
Sure.
I'd
But
rather start Teddy, even though he's not even going to
I'm
play.
gonna start Ryan. I'm gonna start Ryan Tannehill.
maybe Jay Cutler actually.
No, Ryan Tannehill. I'm gonna
Quiet.
start-
All right,
Fine.
Taco.
Right, man. So what's going on here?
Patty cake.
Scott's going 3rd grade on this.
UGL.
But no, Big Ben definitely my dad because in that 10th and 11th round where you get him, you could get Dak, you can get Matt Stafford, you get Andy Dalton, you get Andy Dalton in round 14. So why are you going for him when he's going to kill you half the season?
Yeah.
8 games is going to kill you.
Oh yeah.
Forget that. No, go pick someone else out. He's a dud in the 11th round. That's it. Plain and simple. So
And you know people are gonna want to pick him to begin with. So
he's got a name, but
Hey.
those home road splits, 2015 season shows it too. You can look up his stats. So
right.
now I'm gonna move my sleepers for this team. And this is a deep sleeper. I mean, people probably still forget about this man, but he's big. He's Gronkowski big. He's like 6'7", 265 pounds. Jesse James, the tight end.
Boom. JJ.
He's getting more rapport with Big Ben, so if he has to find him in the red zone, a bailout target, he can
He's a
be
big boy.
He's a basketball player too, y'all.
Yep.
So
True.
he knows how to move in the red zone.
He's a big boy.
So,
Box him out.
yep, knows how to use his body, knows how to get in position, getting better every year. This is the third year, and tight ends start coming into their own in the third and fourth years of their career. So this is a great time for him to move up in that trust with the offensive coordinator, with Mike Tomlin, with the coaching staff. This is his year to prove himself. So I feel like he only had 300 yards. He was like 383 yards last year and 3 touchdowns. I think he can definitely improve on that. So
Oh yeah.
he'll at least be Heath Miller's last few years. He's at about 600, yards, like 4 touchdown tight end, which puts him in the tight TE2 range. So
This
easily.
could be a breakout year for him too.
Yeah, because he hasn't had many. He hasn't done greatness so far.
Nope.
But he was young. And
But the philosophy, the
Big Ben
size.
was hurt last year at points of the year.
Yeah,
So
the size is just there. He's
Oh, yeah.
just so
the potential is
He
high.
has good hands.
This is his 4th year in the league too, so it's more time for him to shine. So,
Yep.
and I can see that happening too. Plus with Big Ben, if he stays healthy, like you said, easy target.
At least at home,
Like-
he'll be a good target.
Yeah,
On
sure.
the road, well, no one's a target for him there. So-
Le'Veon Bell, maybe, or
Yeah, that's why they
Antonio
run it.
Brown.
They run it all the time. But
They do. It's true.
so look for Jesse James. He'll be a good bye week fill-in if you need someone in the bye weeks, or if someone gets hurt, he can just take you where you need to go for the rest of the season, provide you with tight end 2 caliber play. So
Oh yeah.
that ends my studs and sleepers for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Steelers.
Steelers.
The Steelers.
It is a very gorgeous place to visit, though. I'll tell you that.
I've been there one time, but I was 3 months old, so I can't tell you what I
I've
remember.
never been there in my life. I remember you went there like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, more than that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's nothing but gorgeous.
Did you go in the winter or the spring, summer?
Winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When it's got that beautiful sleeted snow. And it's
Kind
also
of.
got the charcoal looking snow.
Yeah,
Because all
right.
you see,
The black ice.
black
I got to
ice.
visit Heinz
Ice.
Field. Heinz Field is a very nice stadium, even though I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you gotta
Historic
respect
one.
this stadium.
Well, on
It's
the lines
historic
of the
one.
ignorance
Yeah.
of the fan base, but I mean, I love all fans of every team, but this isn't a fan-based thing. This is a fantasy football podcast, so I apologize. Love you.
Really doesn't.
Hey, shout out to my Aunt Selena's, aka Aunt Nikki's family, for being Steelers fans and being awesome Steelers fans. Especially week 2 of this year. It's going to be a fun time in the Lash household. I'm very excited for that one. We're going to the Steelers, Skull Vikings.
You're gonna lose that one because again it's at home for Big Ben. So.
Hey man,
If we're gonna shout out, I'm gonna shout out to all the people that actually watch us,
love you
Share
guys,
us.
obviously.
all that kind of stuff.
See what Scott's doing? He thinks he can one-up me. I'm going to shout you all out for telling us that we're cute. But, we're not, so fudge. Alright, y'all. Oh, goodness
Hi
gracious.
Ma, hi Dad, shout out to y'all.
What?
No,
Alright, we're about to fire him.
No, boo.
He's about to be our stat guy now.
Yep, not even that. You're about to be the cameraman
He's about to be doing the
behind the
editing.
boomstick.
Hey, I love his mom and dad. I never met them, but I love you guys. You made a wonderful human being.
Thank you, Corey.
Good.
That's how you properly respond to
Exactly.
that. Thank you.
Exactly. I got you. And I'm
You're
sorry,
working on it.
Scott's mom and dad, but you fucked
Yeah,
up.
you
I'm just
got
kidding.
me.
I love him to death. He's awesome. You guys did a wonderful job as well.
He's average at best.
What a suck up.
I know. I got a little brown right there. I thought I was eating the Hershey's bar, but I guess so. We have something special going on right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, bring us to it. Bring us to it.
I got the fourth and final team. It's my thigh, dude. Come on.
Family podcast.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We have the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals. And my stud is a guy in the draft right now who is going a lot higher than I think he should. And that's AJ Green. In only
So you
10...
think six position in the first round is too high?
No, his average draft position is 11.
Oh, that's gone up.
In Yahoo, he's behind.
Last 3 drafts I did is 6.
Hey man, look, I will show you the proof right here, right in the pudding. You're doing that fantasy
Whoa.
draft wizard. That's
Nope,
why.
that was Yahoo.
Go on to it again. I guarantee you, he'll be
I'm
behind.
talking about the ones I did. The mock drafts I did.
All
I
right.
went 6.
Oh, and you're okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Then shoot, they're finally smartening up.
The Seahawks beat the.
I don't care. It's preseason, and they played
No,
against
you're
our
wrong.
3rd and 4th string. Not really. This guy was crying about the Raiders losing to the Cardinals.
So you think he's going to produce at the 6th
But
position?
anyway.
Think he would do higher than the 11?
Oh gosh, man. I think that he's gonna be a top 2 receiver. I know that's kind of wild when you got Odell and
So what do you think about those injuries though?
and that's the thing. He's only missed 7 games in his entire career, and that's not much. And a majority of them were last year. He missed 6 games, and the last 2 games of the season, they held him out because they weren't doing anything. He was 100% healthy,
Right.
and he still managed to get 66 receptions, 964 yards,
What?
with 4 touchdowns.
Dang.
This was the only year of his career that he did not reach
What about the
1,000
second
yards.
weapons taking some chunks out? Eifert being healthy. What
Hey
about
man, that just makes it better for him.
Brent
though.
LaFell?
That
Throw
okay.
the ball up to
Maybe
AJ,
during the
AJ will
beginning of
catch
the
it.
season, it's not going to be the greatest for him. But once they realize they got Joe Mixon, AJ Green, once they got Joe Mixon, John Ross, healthy Tyler Eifert,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, okay, we can't just double team him because they're going to have more options.
Right.
And this guy has not disappointed in any year of his career, and I believe that this
Nope.
year he's going to have a big year.
I would draft him.
He was fiery. I wouldn't draft him over like Antonio Brown, Odell, and Julio.
But if you're in the later rounns,
Not later pick.
well, later
I mean,
pick, sorry.
I agree. Again, I think Andy Dalton's going to have one of his best years again.
Mhm.
I mean, he had a great year 2 years ago before he got injured. He was on his own personal record-setting pace
Mhm.
until his injury happened.
Mhm.
I think he can do that again. The weapons are at a whole new caliber than he had even then. So I think the opportunity is there definitely for AJ to have single coverage, which is the best for him because he's tall, lengthy. You can do one-on-one. I mean, one-on-ones are his bread
Right.
and butter.
Right.
So
Yeah.
find him on the 50-50 ball,
Mhm.
and he'll make short work of those DBs that are sitting at 5'10".
Oh yeah.
So,
He's
Right.
gonna moss them.
yep.
Hands down. They are gonna try and reach up there and smack it out. He'll catch it and be like, "What are you doing, kid?"
Yeah.
He's a great receiver, and people don't remember. Maybe I don't know what the deal is with it, but some people. I got into an argument with a buddy of mine, and he was telling me how AJ Green is just mediocre, and I could not believe my ears.
Mediocre, not in the talent, not at all.
Not at all.
The
And
situation was mediocre.
I don't know if he's
6
watching the right
straight
person.
years. Oh my gosh. 1,000-yard seasons.
Even and that's when
Andy
Andy Dalton
Dalton
was bad.
And when he was bad, the Red Rocket was not
Yeah.
in the good prime
No,
of
not
his career.
was not the quarterback he is now. So,
And he's pretty good.
so
I actually do like Andy Dalton.
I do too. He has
He's-
potential.
He's underrated. He's just
Very.
he's on a great team because I do
he's
personally
not going
like.
till way later in the rounds either. So
Yep.
Right.
And we'll get to that a little later. I'm gonna switch over to my dud. We got Jeremy Hill. Is my dud,
Yep.
and it's not for lack of talent. I mean, he's not the greatest talent, but
He's proven himself that he can be, but his attitude, I think, is cut up.
His attitude, and then you got that man Joe Mixon, who's looking really good in practice, and he's got all the tools. Joe Mixon is like night and day to him. Freaking Jeremy Hill, 222 rushes, 839, but a 3.8 yards per carry. He did have 9 touchdowns, but those are those little 2-yarders. I don't have faith in him.
And if Joe Mixon becomes a starter, that's going to bump Giovanni Bernard up to the 2 because he's going to be the receiving back and can still play some 1 2-down role, which means Jeremy Hill obsolete in the offense.
That fantasy value is, and I see him getting drafted in the 8th round. In 2 mock drafts,
I did hear they were going to put him as a starter, opening starter.
Yeah, they are.
So
they are, but
we'll see how long that lasts. Like I said, in our rookies podcast, our top 10s when I did the rookies, Joe Mixon was the one I think I had in like week 4. By the latest, he'll be the starter.
He will. He definitely will. He's got all the tools and everything.
Right.
I'm pretty sure y'all agree with me on that, Dad. So I'm just going to transition to my sleeper, who has been previously mentioned. The Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, baby. This man is drafted at the earliest, the 12th round. You got quarterbacks like Big Ben going. I mean, Big Ben's got talent, but he doesn't have the consistency.
He's not there.
Yeah, and Andy Dalton is he's so underrated. He had 4,206 yards passing. He had an 18-8 touchdown interception ratio.
Hopefully the touchdown total increases.
Oh, it will. It definitely will. He also had 4 rushing touchdowns. That's 4 more touchdowns added on to you, baby.
He had a couple off option plays.
Yeah. That's his stats from last year, right?
Yep.
So over 4,000 yards.
Yep.
Without a tight end.
Yep. Without a healthy A.J. Green in the last 6 weeks. And they added the fastest receiver in the draft, John Ross.
Right. Came into his own there.
Yep. They're like, you got a healthy A.J. Green and a healthy Tyler Eifert. And
go off.
2 new rookies. He's going to have himself a year. And the O-line isn't a problem. They're not the greatest, but they are not a problem.
Right.
And I believe that if they even get down in the game, he's gonna drop dimes.
Right.
He's got all the talent around him to succeed, and he's a sleeper because not just because of those yards, but because of the talent around him.
And we're confirming that Tyler Boyd. Everybody keeps talking around him, so.
Yeah, I know. Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Excellent. So they got weapons for days.
Oh, they do. They have so many weapons. It's ridiculous. And the height, dude. Tyler Boyd 6'2".
AJ Green 6'4".
6'4". Oh my gosh, dude.
John Ross is short. 5'11".
Yeah, he's short for a receiver, but he's good. He's
14 speed, so
he's like sitting there.
Still be a deep threat.
Throw him in the slot. Have Tyler Boyd on the out, and then you got Brandon LaFell, and then AJ Green. Obviously, AJ is the number 1. Come on, but you could even mix match Tyler Boyd.
That's the thing is you could mix match Tyler Boyd in there. So
yeah, and it's going to be wonderful.
Do you guys know like AJ Green's like contract situation right now or anything like that, or no?
He's
like
got
how many years he has left?
He's got.
I don't know the whole details, but as a guy like AJ Green, you don't hear him complaining about getting more money or wanting to go to a different team or anything like that.
He's a quiet, humble.
He is.
He
actually is playing for a great team.
He's no diva. He is no diva whatsoever.
And he puts up numbers the way he's supposed to at least.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, his attitude changed from his early years. He used to be a little bouncy, not quite that drastic, but
young and balling.
But when you're young and balling, I get it. But he's definitely becoming a grown man.
Whatever.
Right.
Yep.
And that concludes my stud duds and sleepers for the Cincinnati Bengals, and it concludes all 4 teams in the AFC North. There's plenty of talent in that division, but It's
a lot more sleeper talent than there is the plain Jane studs. You got Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, AJ Green for your plain Jane studs. But other than that,
yeah, I mean Isaiah Crowell, you throw him in there, but he's not like a level of them.
Yeah, not quite there. He's in the tier 2 for running back.
He's tier 2. I wouldn't pick him as your number 1 running back unless you got
flex.
Yeah, he could definitely put him in flex.
RB2.
He's better than flex, I believe.
Well, if you need to just fill up the spot,
True.
maybe you just want to throw another running
You're
back.
not going to draft
he'll get
flex
drafted
in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
True, but I mean,
because he's got the credentials, everything, not the credentials, the potential to become a 1,000-yard receiver with 10 touchdowns. A receiver, sorry.
I was just waiting for you to get there.
Yeah, I was like, I apologize, y'all, but that's how y'all know that this isn't edited, redone.
Yeah, we keep it
like
100.
We keep it 100, like Ben Franklin, baby. This is going to conclude the day for us, y'all.
It is.
We have a lot more in store for y'all. We have a lot of greatness that is going to be on the way. We really, really appreciate all your love, your efforts to even listen. We appreciate everything that y'all do, all the feedback. It really helps us grow, and there's nothing
Absolutely.
like constructive criticism is the only thing. Like, even if there's bad things to say, tell us. There's no way to get better if we don't know.
There you go. You want to know about the video quality, the sound quality. You want to know about the content, the delivery. Let us know. Please keep us informed.
Yes, yes. That concludes it for today, y'all.
Thank you for joining us on Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast. Yeah.
Have a good night.
We out.